favourite scary movie? It's some kind of fucking joke.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Hi guys, Dan at Talking Review. I'm here to share with you my favourite horror movie. So my favourite... Jesus fuck!
What's your favorite scary movie?
Mine's Scream. So Scream was originally titled Scary Movie, and obviously it did spawn the parody by the same name, Scary Movie, which turned out into a franchise all by itself. It was penned by Kevin Williamson, who was a relatively unknown screenwriter at the time. Miramax purchased the script and then they had Wes Craven, the master of horror, sign up to direct the movie. And for me, this is the movie that completely changed the genre of horror going forward to what we see today. Not only did it change horror, it also introduced us to an amazing protagonist, an amazing serial killer, the one and only Ghostface. You've already met him today. It looks like this. What an iconic figure that is now. Not only iconic, it's also the easiest Halloween costume for anybody. So I think from the mid-90s to probably through to the mid-2000s, everybody was wearing Ghostface for their Halloween outfit. So for me, Ghostface was an intriguing killer. Obviously his full outfit is none of the hiding in the shadows, jumping out. I mean, there are a few jump out moments in the film, but you normally saw him before he attacked, not like what you'd see in with like Freddy, for example, was hidden in the shadows a lot of the time, and a lot of his fear was about what could happen. With Ghostface, it was literally, this is happening. He would come into the scene, they would see him, it wouldn't be like he'd sneak up behind them, they would see him and then he would chase them down. Even right at the very start of the film, this is what set it out for me. The film was billed as being a Drew Barrymore film, and within the first 8 or 9 minutes of the film starting, Drew Barrymore had gone from being looked like she was going to be the main character. You're already starting to get a feel of what type of character she was, because she was quite flirtatious. And then 8-9 minutes in, Ghostface is chasing her through her backyard and uses his knife, plunges his knife into her heart as her parents are walking down the driveway. They don't see it happen, but oh my god, what a start to a film. I loved it. Another thing for me that made Ghostface classic was the way that he would stalk his victims. So you wouldn't see him in the distance watching his victims at all. You'd just hear him. They'd pick the phone up and you'd hear that iconic grisly voice, just a,
"What's your favorite scary movie?"
The movie itself, it's kind of narrated by one of the characters in there called Randy. Big circle of friends. Randy's one of the friends in the circle. He's a huge movie buff, and he loves horror movies. And throughout the movie, he's throwing references to what happens in horror movies, such as you can't have sex. Having sex in a movie is a big no-no, because if you do that, you're definitely going to die. One of the other things it talks about is you can never, and this was in the promos for it as well, one of the trailers. It says, never ever under any circumstances say you'll be right back, because you won't be back. And quite funnily enough, in the film itself, one of the characters does say, "I'll be right back," and then the character disappears and you don't see him for a long time, so you assume he's been killed. Also, just to point out, Ghostface kills the Fonz. He kills the fucking Fonz. Henry Winkler, he dies in this movie. And it was great. It's seen Henry Winkler dies, Drew Barrymore dies. This film didn't give a shit about who it was killing off. I loved it. One of the other things I really, really enjoyed, in fact my favourite film that the favourite scene in the entire film is right at the end, and it's where Ghostface is revealed. I'm not going to give any spoilers away. You should have seen the film, for crying out loud. It's nearly 25 years old, but I won't reveal who the killers are. Okay, maybe I will. So, the main character in the film is played by Neve Campbell, and it's a girl called Sydney. Sydney lives alone with her dad because her mother died a year prior to the time that the film is set. And at the end of this film, it turns out that her boyfriend and his best mate are both Ghostface. And the whole reason behind it, the motive behind why they are doing what they're doing is fucking insane, and I love it. Obviously I don't agree with what they did, but their explanation, or more Billy's explanation, the boyfriend, as to why they do this is brilliant. And it's like they really have thought up the entire plot of a film to do what they're doing, the act that they're doing. With Wes Craven directing the film, he threw out loads of nods towards the horror genre, like such as during the party at the end of the film, all the kids are sat watching a movie, and that movie's Halloween, and you're watching an iconic scene from Halloween where Michael Myers bursts through into the closet, and Jamie Lee Curtis is screaming because he's going in there, he's going to get her. Little nods like that, and possibly one of the greatest ones of any film that I've seen is a nod towards Wes Craven's films, A Nightmare on Elm Street. So Craven himself plays a janitor in the school called Fred, and you see Fred pushing his janitor car around, and the font, I believe that the font actually says, "How you doing, Fred?" And he's wearing a red and green sweater, which of course is a nod to Freddy Krueger, so that's a really good one. It's the way that it plays out for me. So throughout the entire film you have absolutely no idea who the killer is, but it shoots off so many. It's like a whodunit in a horror movie. So you're given like teasers as to, it could be this person that's committing the murders, it could be that person that's committing the murders. Everyone in the film starts to think who certain people are, who's committing these murders. Courtney Cox is in the film as a news reporter, and her and Sydney have a very mixed relationship. Well, it's a hate relationship really, because Courtney Cox tried to get the guy that was convicted for Sydney's mother's death. She was trying to fight his corner and tell his story. We know at the end that he wasn't guilty of the murder, but Sydney always assumed he was guilty because she saw him leaving the house the night her mum was murdered. Very strange. I'm not going to go into much more about the film, mainly because whilst it being my favourite horror movie, I have not seen it in about 10 years. But because Halloween's coming up, I'm going to give it another watch. And I would love to hear from you guys about what you thought of the film, if you've seen it, and if you haven't seen it, comment below why not. It is a classic movie. Everybody should have seen this movie if you're over the age of 15. I believe 15 now, because I think they regraded it. If it's not and it's over 18, yeah, fuck it, go watch it anyway. I got it when I was 14 years old, as I said earlier. Brilliant film. Well, that's my review, guys. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you click the subscribe button. Leave all your comments down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Let me know what your favourite scary movie is. Just a quick note then, guys, it is Halloween week, and here at Talk and Review we are doing Horror Week. Each one of us is going to do a review on a scary movie. You've just watched mine. I believe there's one already up from Nick, but please check that out and look out for the ones that are coming up from Anthony and Neil, and I think we're doing a bonus one as well regarding another favourite of ours. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I think I'm going to disappear now.
Right guys, I've got to run, but before I go, just a quick reminder. Check out Halloween Week Movies and Movie Review 2019. Remember, stay safe, lock your door.